In the last year, there was one student printed 15,000 pages in the labs. There were several students that printed over 5,000 pages in the labs.
In one semester, we print on this campus enough to eliminate every single tree that's in Brockport.
So it got a little outrageous, and I understood how when people take advantage of it, then it's understandable that people have to cut back and save money and be responsible for their prints.
In the fall semester of 2010, the college at Brockport implemented a printing policy that will limit the amount of free printing that can be done in campus labs. This policy was put into effect because about 10% of the students attending the college were abusing a privilege of unlimited free printing. The ITS department says that the policy that has been put into practice will not affect 80% of the students on campus. We polled various students about their opinions regarding the new campus printing policy.
I mean, it's kind of too strict, I think, for the first time putting it into place.
For me personally, I just like use the printout stuff because it's easier for me to read the actual handout notes instead of reading it from a computer screen all the time.
I think that the new printing policy is a little bit unnecessary. If it really doesn't affect that many people, then why do we have it anyways?
Could have been avoided if people weren't wasting paper so much. I think if people were educated on PowerPoints, like how to print more than one slide on a page and how to make things double-sided, we would have been using less paper, and that might have not had to been taken into effect.
I think it should either be worked into our tuition somehow, which I mean I know we'd still be paying for it, but not out of pocket. I mean, we're college students. We're not made of money. Most of us don't even have jobs.
So far now, I only have $4.50 left because I have to print off scholarly journals that are from 1 through 50 pages long.
The printing quota actually scares me. I'm the type of person who I like tangible in my hand, be able to read it. Unfortunately, yes, we live in a technology age, but I don't like to stare at computer screens for 4 or 5, 8 hours straight.
They simply want people to think. Think about what you're doing. Think about how much paper you normally get involved in using when you're doing your print jobs. And if they use a little bit of a thought process before they begin printing something, maybe then they'll become a little bit more conservative in their approach towards planning the printing that they're going to need throughout the semester.
Honestly, I didn't give it a lot of thought before the semester began. It was only when I heard students talking about it in different classes that I thought that, that I saw that it was such an issue for them.
We really need to push on faculty to cut down for us or to help us out, and that's going to save us all in the long run. Because in order for us to do that, and also, for example, allowing us to bring laptops into the classroom, things to help us out so that later we're not using all of our funds and we're not using our quota to the max. It's going to help us.
I think that the printing policy is fine as long as professors are willing to do as much as possible to help out, such as allowing papers to be double-sided, not requiring everything to be double-spaced, and also when we have readings that are required on Angel to print off and bring to class, they should print those things off for us. This will allow us to have more printing for ourselves and not only have enough to print out the required work.
So instead of faculty having students buy a book, they just put it on Angel and then they expect the students to print it. No, that's not saving us from paper. You know, they should keep the book electronically and read the documents electronically and only print a minimal.
The newly established printing policy has upset many students on campus. However, the ITS department hopes that after a little education about why the policy has been established, students will begin to understand and come to accept it. If faculty would allow students to print single-spaced, double-sided pages, students would be able to make this $45 quota last.